All right, hey guys, welcome back. I got something really good for you guys today. Today is October 7th. It is 10:56 a.m. So today I want to discuss something about capitulatory moves. If we look at what happened today in the MES, we can see we had this huge move down today. Now, I wanted to do this video because I recently watched a video from John Carter over at Simply Trading where he was talking about how to identify explosive moves in the market. Is there any indicator out there that can tell when an explosive move is going to happen, right? So he was discussing some of the typical indicators, MACD, stochastics, RSI, and some of their proprietary indicators that they don't actually detect when these moves are going to happen, when it's just going to be a constant continuation, right? And so I want to show you the video here. This is the video, identify explosive moves. You guys go watch that video, give them some love, and if you feel compelled, go ahead and buy that indicator and buy the class. But I wanted to show you what I built. I built this tool a while back, and in some of my past videos I spoke about it because I realized the same thing. I said, hey, I want to catch these big day moves when they occur, and so I wanted to build something. And so I did a past video where I talked about how I don't use volume. I'm not interested in the number of shares that people are actively trading. I'm more interested in the number of active participants in the market, because the big players out there, they're not showing their hand. They're spoofing people, right? It's on the level twos, and so let's say they have they want to go in with 50,000 shares, in a particular asset, but they're not going to throw off 50,000 out there at one time. They're going to go in maybe with 5,000, wait a little bit, add another 5. They're gonna do this accumulation, distribution build up very, very slowly, so they don't show their hand. And then you have even bigger players and bigger players and bigger players. So you got thousands of players out there that are doing this and hiding it, right? And so when the move happens, you don't know that the move is going to happen. So that's what I look at. I look at the number of active participants, people that are actually in the market, that whether they push that button with 100 shares or whether they push that button with 10,000 shares. I don't care about the shares. I care about the number of people, because I know that the number of shares are hidden, right? So when I see a large number of people get into the market, that gives me a clue that there's going to be a capitulatory move. Now, let me prove it to you, okay? The guy that I learned from, my mentor, did not put volume bars on his charts at all. In his opinion, they were useless, because you can have moves. We all know that the stock can trend, an asset can move, and volume is just stagnant. There is no increase in volume, and price will go up, or no change in volume and price will go down. We've seen this happen over and over and over again. Okay, but why do we use volume bars? Because that's what every course, that's what everybody teaches. And sure, you can catch some moves with it, but volume, there are better things out there than volume. Let me prove it to you. So I talked to you guys about my trading activity indicator, right? This is also can detect low float for any asset, in any asset out there. It doesn't matter the size. It doesn't matter if it's one of the big 7, or if it's some brand new penny stock. It doesn't matter. It catches every single thing out there. But here's the move that ensued today. So we know that you guys already know I have my big squeeze indicator. We got that signal right here at 8:42 this morning, the big squeeze, and we already know just from my training that this move was most likely going to be a distribution, right? A distribution phase. We have mid ATR here. We didn't break past mid ATR, and we're underneath the current session open. So we know that this is a bearish condition, right? We get our bearish signal here. Look at the world's greatest, most accurate indicator. Gives you the indication to take this down. And you're in this the entire move. And this is a 3-minute chart right here. So each candle is 3 minutes, right? So this move happened from 8:42, and as of now we're at 11 a.m., just about 11 a.m. So huge move here. But how do we know that this move was coming? And it's because of this. Notice how if you had your volume bars up, notice you don't get this drastic of a move of a difference in your volume bars. You absolutely do not. Now, the way I have this coded is, white is going to be the highest strength. Green is going to be a mid term strength. Okay. And then I have some other colors down here, but the strength is so low that it's not necessary to even show those right now. But the one you want to be concerned with is the white, okay, the strength on the white. Now, when you have a huge spike, okay, such as this one right here, this is your clue that you have a huge number of active participants in this candle, okay, right up here. For some reason, there's a lot of people in this, and it was a buildup. See, all of this is a buildup. It's a slow buildup, and it's telling you that this is, when you see white, it's telling you, hey, you need to be in this stock. It's gonna move. It's gonna move. And so we see that this moved here, and then once we got to here, it's saying, hey, the huge move is coming. You better be in this. And then boom, the huge move comes, right? As long as this is white, that means you still have active participants in it. Everybody's, just taking part of this. All right, now let's just take a look at the next one. Okay, so we'll come back here, and here is right here. Okay, right here. So here you're in, you should be in participating. You can catch some good moves here, right? And then here, boom. Okay, you catch this nice move right here, and you catch this nice move right here. Because remember, it's not telling you, this is not telling you whether or not you should go bullish or bearish. It's just telling you that there's a huge number of people in here, and you need to be actively trading right now. So you're gonna, you're gonna do your technicals, right? Okay, I got my big squeeze. I know to take this down. Okay, the world's most accurate indicator, take it down, right? And then as long as you have your green and your white, you know that you're actively participating in this. Now look at this over here. See how it dropped off right there, and see how we're just kind of going sideways right there. See, that's what I mean. It's not a lot of active participants in here now. Okay, so let's continue on to the next one here. Now we had a nice move here, right here, okay, boom, and we take this up, okay, we take it up, okay. It's not telling you to take one move like this. It's telling you that as long as you have white and green after this, and then you still had another, capitulatory move right here, a bunch of active participants jumping in right here, then you stay in. This is telling you need to be trading this whole session right here versus over here, okay, versus over here. Sure, you can still do scalps and things like that, but when do you actually want to be in? It's here, okay, it's here, okay, here and here. All right, let's come back to this one. Look at this sucker is huge right here. Okay, so we had another move right there. Look at that one right there. So you're here, boom, you get this big spike, okay? And so I need to be in on this move right here. Nice, big, juicy move right there, okay? Let's come on back, okay, to right here, okay? This is when everybody jumped in right here, okay? Lots of active participants right there, and you take this entire move up right here, okay? That was for this entire move right here. See how it's, how the tool, how the utility is white right here. It's just all white. So you're going to stay in, take your trades, and if you want to just take your scalps, Okay, because this is telling you that you're going to get a good move up, you're going to get a decent move down, decent move up, decent move down, decent move up, right? Okay, and then you come right back to the next spike right here, and then boom, and you're just in this. You're just in this until it starts going flat, okay, going flat, and then you can just kind of wait out, so this is, so it's, you can still, it's still going to trend and things like that, small little trends, but it's telling you there's not a lot of active participants in here like it was here. Okay, so yeah, so this indicator I call the SMT trading activity tool, and there you go. But this was a great move that this tool picked up that gave me the indication to take that big squeeze right there. All right, guys, and yeah, you can see it here, even here on the master control sub indicator. Man, beautiful squeeze indication there to take it down. Boom, 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 boom. And again, as you guys know, when I say squeeze, I'm referring to chaos theory. I'm not referring to a low compression state. I'm referring to chaos, right? From chaos comes order. I've talked about that in my past videos. This indicator is more accurate than the TTM squeeze indicator, can pick up and detect explosive moves. This is probably version 2 or 3. I actually just finished coding last night a newer version of this that's even more accurate. And yeah, man, you guys are in for a treat. All right, I'm out. This is SM Trader.